Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. Now take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Anyways, today's puzzle is called Tiptoe by Sudoku, and here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, that is, each row, column, and 3x3 box has to contain the digits from 1 to 9 once each. Killer cages. Digits in a cage must sum to the clue in the top left corner. So, for example, these two cells must add up to 12. These two cells must add up to 12. So a perfect example of this would be potentially 4 and 8, because those two digits add up to 12. Again, these two digits add up to 11. These two add up to 11, etc., etc. And that's how killer cages work. German whisper lines. Adjacent digits on a green line must differ by at least 5. So, for example, if this were a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9 to correspond, because adjacent digits must differ by at least 5, and the only digits that can be next to a 3 on a German whisper line then are an 8 or a 9. So that's how German whispers works. And entropic line, and that's the same with this line too. This is also a German whisper line. Entropic lines. Every set of 3 adjacent digits on an orange line must include a low digit, a medium digit, or a high digit. And a high digit. Sorry, it has to include all one each of those sets. So for any 3 digits along this orange digit, you have to have a low digit. So let's say 2, a medium digit, say 6, and a high digit, say an 8 or something like that. And this works for this entropic line. Now, if this were suddenly to become like a 5, that doesn't work because this set of 3 digits does not have a high digit in it, and it has to have, again, one of each. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing that I think of is I'm looking at the cage, the boxes with 13 cages in them and a German whisper line in it. So that's box 2 and box 6. Now, the thing is, each of these cages has to contain a high digit. I'm not sure what that tells us. um, hmm. Each of them does contain a high digit, right? And it could contain 2 high digits potentially. And this is with regard to the German whisper line, right? So on a German whisper line, you'll always alternate between a low digit, which is in German whisper, for a German whisper category, it's 1 through 4. And for a high digit, which is in German whisper category, is a 6 through 9. The entropic line is a different set of high and low digits. Anyways, the point is that basically you always have to have a digit 4, 9, 5, 8, or 6, 7 in the cages, right? So, and one of these has to be either a low or high set, right? So say there were 2 highs in this cage. Well, that would mean you could only have 2 highs in these cages, which would mean this would have to be 4, 8, and 5, 9 as a pair. Oh, actually, that's the wrong way of approaching it. I see a better way. Take a look at column 7. Column 7. We have 3 sets of cages adding for 6 digits, adding up to 12, 13, and 14. What does that add up to? 12 plus 13 plus 14 adds up to 39. So the remaining 3 digits in the column must add up to 45 minus 39, which would be 6. Well, there's only one set of digits that add up to 6 for 3 digits, and it has to be 1, 2, or 3. So this is 1, 2, or 3, this is 1, 2, or 3, and this is 1, 2, or 3. Which means we know this is the low on the German whisper line, and this is a low on the German whisper line, or the entropic line. Therefore, every third digit on a how do you say it? Every third digit on an entropic line has to be the same set as the digit that's 3 away, right? Because this has to be a low and a medium, right? This has to be a low, sorry, this is a low, so therefore this has to be medium and high. Well, we know this is a medium and high pair. What does this have to be to fulfill this entropic line? It has to be a low. So this has to be, therefore, every third digit is essentially a low digit on an entropic line. It has to be the same set, so I would say. So this has to be the same set as this, which is the same set as that. And this has to be the same set, but we don't know if it's low or high. Sorry, we don't know if it's medium or high. Now, on a German whisper line, it specifically alternates between high and low. So this has to be a high, this has to be low, this has to be high, this has to be low, and this has to be high. Now, every single one of these digits has to contain one high digit. So the rest of the digits in box 8 cannot be a high digit. So it has to be 1 through 5 here. This is 1, 2, or 3. This is a high. And again, this is a low. One of these digits must contain a low digit, but that doesn't really do anything there. This has to be 1, 2, or 3 because it's between 2 unique high digits. This could be 6 through 9. We're not sure. This, again, has to be a low, and this has to be a low, right? Well, let's see. These digits, these cages, add up to 36. So these remaining cages must add up to 9 at most, or 9 exactly. So it could be 1, 2, 1, 2, 6, 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, but this can't be a 5. Or it's 2, 3, 2, 3, and this is 4. Well, where can 1 be in this row? It cannot be in the cage that adds up to 13. It can't be in the cage that adds up to 12 because those are both 2 digits. And it can't be in the cage that adds up to 11 because those are both 2 digits. 5 can never be on a German whisper line because 5 is 5 away from 0 or less, which is not a normal Sudoku digit. And it's 5 away from 10 or more, which are not digits. So 5 can never be here. So it could only be 1, 2, and 6 adding up to 9, or 2, 3, and 4 adding up to 9. But where's the 1 if this is 2, 3, and 4? It can't be anywhere in row 6, if that's the case. Therefore, it must specifically be 1, 2, and 6. So this is 6. This has to be 1 and 2. The 6 on a German whisper line can only be next to a 1. So this is a 1, and this is a low. So this is a low, this is a high. This must be high also. This has to be a low. This has to be a high, and this has to be a low. This is a low. Well, we don't know if it's between 2 unique digits. This is a high between 2 unique digits, so it must be a 7, 8, or 9. Well, you also have to have a 7, 8, or 9 in these 13 cages, right? It's 4, 9, 6, 8, or 7, or 4, 9, 5, 8, or 6, 7. So the rest of the box cannot contain a 7, 8, or 9. So they have to be 1 through 6. This has to be a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Well, column 4 also has 3 cages, each with 2 digits, adding up to 36. So the remaining 3 digits must add up to 9 also. Well, we know this is a high, so this has to be 6 or more at most. And 6 can only add up with 1 and 2 specifically to add up to 9. Anything else does not add up to 9. So if you try to have 7 or higher, that never adds up to 9. So this must be, again, a 6, which makes this a 1. This can't be 1. This is a 9. Not 6. This is not 6. 9. This is a 6. So this is a 6. This has to be a 1. And again, this has to be a 1, 2, 1, 2 pair then, left over. Okay, so this cannot be 1. This 6, well, okay, so this is 7, 8, or 9, because it can't be a 6. This has to contain a high digit from 6 through 9, and this must contain a high digit from 6 through 9. Therefore, the rest of the box cannot contain a high digit because we have accounted for all 4 high digits from 6 through 9. Therefore, this is 2, 3, 4, or 5 also. Now, the thing is, for both of these boxes with a 6 and a 1 in them, we know the cages are 11. So therefore, 5 can never be in one of those cages because it specifically has to be with 6. Therefore, a 5 has to be outside the cage in the box. So therefore, that must be a 5, and one of these must be a 5. We're not sure which. Also, yeah, I didn't think about, well, this one's a little harder. Maybe not. These 3 cages all have 2 digits each, which means 6 digits add up to 12 plus 8, which is 20, plus 13, which is 33. Right? Yeah, so the remaining 3 digits must add up to 12. If this is 1 and 2, 1 and 2, it could be 9 here. It could be 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 8, or 2, 3, 2, 3, 7. So this is 7, 8, or 9. And that's all we have there. This has to be 7, 8, or 9. This has to be 7, 8, or 9 because it cannot be in between. It's in between 2 unique digits. And we know this must contain 1 digit from 7, 8, and 9. And this must contain 1 digit from 7, 8, and 9. So this is either 4, 9, or 5, 8 here. This is 4, 9, 5, 8, or 6, 7 here. So the rest of the digits in the box cannot contain 7, 8, or 9 because we've accounted for 3 cells which require a 7, 8, or 9. So this has to be 1 through 6 also. This can't be a 1 because of this one. This can't be a 1 because of that one. So this, yeah, this is similar to this box, right? This must be 4 through 9, and this must be 4 through 9. This has to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. And this is 1, 2, 3, or 4. Huh. Well, these digits to add up to 14 must be either 5, 9, or 6, 8. If we had a 5, 8 here, that would eliminate all possibilities for this cell, or cage specifically. So this can never be 5, 8. So either way, we know this is a 6 or 9. This must contain a 6 or 9, right? Because it's either 4, 9, or 6, 7. And so it must contain a 6 or a 9. Therefore, a 6 or a 9 cannot be in this cell. Well, we already knew that, right? So it's either 4, 8 or 5, 7. This must contain one digit from 1, 2, or 3, right? Because it's either 1, 7, 2, 6, or 3, 5. Therefore, this cannot contain a digit from 1, 2, or 3, so it's only 4, 8, or 5, 7. Well, if this is 5, 8, the problem is that eliminates all possibilities for these cells, right? Because it has to have a 5 or an 8 in it. That's 5, 7, or 4, 8. So this can never be 5, 8 anymore. Well, this is a 4 or a 7. This has to be a 4 or a 7. So there cannot be any 4 or 7s in the remaining row. So this can't be 1 or 7. So this is specifically 2, 6, or 3, 5. Again, this can't be 7. So this has to be 8 or 9. Well, in this one, interestingly enough, we have a 5, 6 here. One of these has to be 5, 6. It's either 2, 6 or 3, 5. And one of these has to be a 5, 6. It's either 5, 9 or 6, 8. So 5, 6 cannot be in the remaining box. Well, we know there's a medium digit here. What does it have to be? It has to be a 4. So one of these two digits is a 4. We're not sure which. Let's see. Do we have anything else with that? Not really. This digit has to be 3, 8. Cannot be 2, 9 because we have a 1, 2 pair already in row 6. So this is 3, 8, or it's 4, 7. It cannot be 5, 6 because of the 6 there. So this is 3, 8, or 4, 7 specifically. This cannot be 4, 8 because that would eliminate all possibilities here and all possibilities here. So this has to be either 3, 9 or 5, 7. We're not sure which. Okay. One of these digits has to have a 7, 8, or a 9, right? It's either 3, 9, 4, 8, or 5, 7. One of these digits in this cage has to be 7 or 9. And we know one of these digits is a high, which is 7, 8, or 9. So that eliminates all the entropic highs in box 5. So therefore, these also have to be 1 through 6. This can't be 1. This can't be 1. These cannot be low. Where are the rest of the digits? Where is the 1? This can't be 1 because of this one. This can't be 1 because of this one. These can't be 1 because it can't be low because of the entropic line, and 1 can't be in any of the cages. Well, that means 1 has to be here. So therefore, this is 2. This is 2. This cannot be 2 anymore. So, but this has to be 1 and 2 adding up to 9 because there's no other possibility. Therefore, this is 1, 2, and 9. Which means this can't be 4, 9. This has to be 6, 7. This can't be 2, 6. And this can't be 5, 7. So this is 4, 8. This can no longer be 3, 9 or 4, 8 because the 9 and 4, 8 are in the box. So this must be 5, 7. This can't be 6, 7. And this can't be 7. This is 1. Therefore, this must be 3. So this cannot be 3 here. This is a 1 or 2. This can't be 5. Therefore, it must be 6 and 8, which eliminates 6 and 7 as a possibility for this 13 cage, which eliminates 4 and 8 as a possibility for this 12 cage. This can no longer be 3, 9. It can't be 5, 7 because of the digits that are in its box, so it must be 4 and 8. So what are the possible digits for this 11 cage? It cannot be 2, 9 because the 9 is eliminated. It cannot be 4, 7 because we already have a 5, 7 pair here. It can't be 5, 6 because of the 6 here, so it must be 3 and 8, which means this can't be 3 and 8. This has to be 4, 7, which eliminates 5, 7 here and 4, 9 here. So this is 5, 8. Very, very cool, actually, how it interacts. This can't be 7 or 8 anymore, so this must be 9. This can't be 3 or 4. Therefore, this must be specifically 2 and 5. This can't be 2. These can't be 2. 1 has to be one of these two. We're not sure which. Again, 4 has to be one of the mediums here. This can't be 3 anymore. This can no longer be 3 and 9. If it's 4, because the 3 and 9 is already in box 5. We have a 3 and 9 pair there. If it's 4 and 8, that eliminates all possibilities for this 13 cage, because it has to be specifically 4, 9 or 5, 8. Therefore, this can only be 5, 7 left, which means this can't be 5, 8. This is 4, 9, and the remaining digits have to be 3 and 8. Well, this can't be 3, 8. It can't be 4, 7 because of the 4, 8 pair in row 9. And it can't be 5, 6 because of the 6 here. So this must be specifically 2 and 9. Well, since this is 2 and 9, this can't be 2. This has to be a 1. These can't be 2 and 3, so it's specifically 4 and 5. This can't be 8 or 9, so this has to be a 7 here. This cannot be 2, obviously. This can't be 4. This has to be a 1, 3, and 6 remaining. And 6. Because this can't be 8 or 9. This has to be 7. 7 can only be next to 1 on a German whisper line, so this must be a 1. So neither of these can be 1. This has to be a 3, 6, 3, 6 pair here. This can't be 5. None of those could be 5. Because of the 5, 7 pair. In this box. What's the last high digit in this box? Because we have a 7 and a 9 already. It has to be 8. So one of these two is an 8. They cannot be low, so this cannot be 2. But it could be medium, so it could be either 4 or 6. We're not sure which. This can't be 7, so therefore, because of that 7. So this must be a 6, which makes this a 7. Again, these can't be 6, and it cannot have a 4. This can't be 9 because of the 4 and 9 pair in the box, which eliminates 4 and 9 from the rest of the box, so this must be 8. 8 can be next to 1 or 3, so that's fine there. And this is 1, 3, or 5. That's fine. These can no longer be 6. So one of these has to be a 6. We're not sure which. 2 cannot be in either of these cells. So 2 has to be one of these two cells. 4 again has to be one of these two cells also. And we have a 7 and a 9 remaining. So 7 and 9 can be in any of the remaining cells. This is specifically 1, 2, 3, and 6. But this can't be 1. This cannot be 1, 7. It could be 2, 6 as long as this is 6. And it could be 3, 5 as long as this is 5. But this can't be 2 because of the 2, 9 pair in row 9, which eliminates 2 and 9 from the rest of the row. So therefore, this has to be 5 and 3 specifically. This cannot be 3 and 8 because we have a 3 in the same box. It cannot be 5 and 6 because we have a 5 in the same box. And it cannot be 4, 7 because we have a 7 in the same row. Therefore, this must be 2 and 9. And this can't be 9, so this must be 2, which makes that a 9. This 7 means this can't be 7, so this is 5. This is 7. This 5 means this can't be 5, so this is 4 and 5. This 4 eliminates 4 from that column, so this can't be 4. This can't be 8, so this has to be a 6, which makes this an 8 because they have to have 1 from each set. The pink sets now are all the medium sets, and the dark sets have to be all highs. So therefore, this can't be 4. Therefore, this has to be a 4. This has to be 4, 5, or 6, so it's either 4 or 6. This has to be 7, 8, or 9, but we can't be 7 or 9, so this must be an 8. This can't be 5 anymore, so this must be 2, which makes that 5. That can't be 2, so this is 4. This can't be 6, so this is 2. None of these can be 2, then, and it can't be 3. We have a 1, 6, 1, 6 pair in box 1, which eliminates 1 and 6 from the rest of the box. So this can't be 6. This has to be 2 or 3. This can't be 8, so that makes that a 4, which makes that 8. This 4 makes that 7. Therefore, that's a 4. This can't be 4, so this must be a 6. And now everything should just probably be normal Sudoku. This has to be 3 because of that 8. That makes that an 8. This can't be 5, so this is 7, which makes that 5. This can't be 9, so this is 4, which makes that 9. This can't be 6, so that's 3, which makes that 6. This can't be 3, so this is 5, which makes that 3. This can't be 8, so this is 6, which makes that 8. This 6 can't be here, so this is a 1, which means this can't be a 1. This has to be a 6 then. Well, we have... This can't be 5, so this has to be 3, which makes that a 1, which makes that 5. This 3 means this can't be 3, so this is 9, this is 3, this can't be 2, so this is 9 and 2. The remaining digit here is a 7, and this remaining digit here is a 4. This can't be 4, so this is 8, which makes that 4. That 8 makes this not an 8, so this is 5. This can't be 8. This can't be 7. This can't be 3, so this has to be a 2, which makes that a 3. This 2 means this can't be a 2, and this can't be 4, so this has to be 9, which makes that 4. This can't be 9 anymore, so this must be 7, which makes that a 9. That makes that a 2. This can't be 5, so this is 7. This can't be 7, so this is 5. This can't be 8, so this is 3. All just normal Sudoku. This is an 8. This has to be 2 and 9, but this can't be 2, so therefore this is a 9 and 2. This has to be 1 and 6, so therefore this is a 1, and that's a 6. Oh. Maybe we did something wrong. That should have solved it, but it didn't. Oh, we have an 8. Yeah, that's the problem. This has to be a 3. Anyways, if you don't randomly put in the wrong number, yeah, it should be fairly straightforward. I love the logic, actually, between all the cages and then the German whisper line. And then the entropic line, too, actually. It's interesting. It introduced different types of lows and high sets. But it was very well done throughout because it forced you had very limited situations, right? Yeah, I particularly like how the cages interacted with each other because that limited things a decent amount also. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this puzzle, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.